Hello everybody, welcome to another Saturday vlog. Today is June 20th, to date the vlog because why not. This week not much has happened in the ways of the corona thing. Well, a few things actually have happened. We had a few people in the train who did not know how to wear their masks apparently. Some people wore them under their nose, so their nose would still be free to breathe everything and exhale everything as well. Kind of defeats the purpose of wearing a mask in the first place because it's a respiratory virus. So whether you exhale through your nose or through your mouth, you are still exhaling the virus particles, or the virus itself, I guess, and inhaling that as well in case you are inhaling. So that doesn't help. Also, I saw somebody who had like a folded towel in front of their face, like just held it up to them every once in a while, I guess when they were breathing or something, which is also not helpful. You might think that, okay, you're breathing in and out through a towel, but you're holding the towel up to your face momentarily and then moving it away. So any virus that's like floating around from the people around you can then land on a said towel. And then next thing you do when you want to breathe or exhale is hold it back up to your face, and you're basically infecting yourself. So that was also not handy. I understand, of course, that sometimes you have to take the train and you don't have a mask, and then things can get tricky, or you have to take the bus or some other type of public transport. I actually, even though I make my own masks and bring two of them with me every day, like one for the train ride over and one for the train ride back, I've also gone out and bought a box of like ready-made ones, so I can just put that in my work bag in case the one that I brought with me gets destroyed somehow, like water gets to it or something, because it's all paper towel and tissue and all that sort of thing, so if it gets wet, it's pretty much done. So then I can just grab one of those commercially made ones real quick and then just have a way home, because I don't think that they're very good, those commercially made ones. Like I've said, I believe a couple times already, like they don't really close around the face very well. The loose ones you can buy at any drugstore, I mean not the 3M ones. The regular ones for regular people, they don't close around the face very well. They don't really do much, I imagine, so it would only be so I would be allowed on the train. And if at all possible, I'll be wearing my own masks that I made, that of course I didn't design, but the ones I made myself, which do close around the face. And I've actually gotten some rubber bands to use to make for the ear holes, so to speak, the ear loops. And I found that the rubber bands that I'm using are actually a little bit too small, so it gets a bit tight and annoying around the ears, because it feels like my ears are really pushed forward, but they're probably like a little bit pushed forward, but they feel very tight in any way. So still, that also makes it that the mask is really tight in the face, so that's also good. That's one thing. Yesterday I went home by train again, of course, and the train didn't go initially. A couple of minutes later, I saw a few people from security walking past, and they were like looking in the window at everybody sitting there. And I kind of knew that it was about the one guy I saw when I entered the train. I walked up the stairs, saw the train. It was like further back than it usually is, so I went into the first door, right at the front of the train. And there was a guy there sitting there with no mask on. Now, I've seen people walk in the train and wait with putting on their mask until they're already sitting, which I also find a bit strange, because you already sat in the train breathing normally then, and then suddenly you're going to apply a mask. I don't know how that works, but okay. I've seen that happen, so I kind of assumed that he was going to do that as well, even though it did annoy me that he wasn't wearing any mask. The person behind him was doing the same thing. Probably she was going to put on a mask, because he was the only one that ended up being removed, because after the train did start moving, we saw him standing there with a couple of security people who were probably writing him a ticket and explaining to him why it is that people need to wear a mask in public transport now, because that's just how it is. Because it could be that everybody on the train and everybody in the station and everybody around the station is perfectly healthy, and that's you're probably not actually physically at risk. But because you don't know that, that's why you need to wear a mask to prevent other people from getting sick, not you getting sick from other people. Because the mask is not to protect you, it's to protect everybody else around you, just in case you're sick. So make sure, if you do have to take the public transport in the Netherlands or other places where they do require you to wear a mask, to wear a mask that fits properly and doesn't just kind of hang off your face and like, oh look guys, I got a mask on. Like, try to put some effort into that. Okay, so that's the whole mask story. Aside from that, nothing much interesting happened that I'm aware of. I did take our bears off the window, these guys, because these guys I made a while back with our little crafting thing for the kids that were like walking around maybe being bored because they weren't allowed to go to school and see their friends, and so we put bears in the window to give them something to look for. But all the schools have opened back up now, so I figured, well, I might as well take the bears out because no kids are currently looking to do anything other to entertain themselves. That does mean that there is now a perfectly large open window with nothing on it, so I was thinking maybe crafting something else to put on there. I just don't know what. Like, I don't know, it's like a summer thing. A lot of people are staying home for the summer. Maybe I should put something on the window to suggest certain activities or something that they could do from home or whatever to entertain themselves, or just put something on there that people find generally entertaining. I don't really know. I'll have to figure something out. I'm going to the thrift store today because the thrift store is back open on Saturdays, but of course they're very strict now. You have to, first of all, enter the building through the back instead of the regular door, because there they'll have you wait in between a couple of fences with lines on the ground to tell you exactly how far 6 feet is, or 1.5 meters, which is 5 feet, I think. And then you have to wait until there's enough baskets for people to be allowed in, because everybody has to have a basket, so they have a certain amount of people in the store at all times. And then you're only allowed to be inside the store for 45 minutes. So that's also restrictive. But it works, I guess, for them. I don't know. You still have people that kind of start chatting to each other in the middle of the aisle, and then everybody else around them has to kind of wait and like sigh and hum and haw to try and get them to realize that they're blocking people. You're not allowed to touch everything like you usually do. Like normally when I go to a thrift store, I want to like pick things up and take a look at them, because if I haven't held it yet, I don't know if I really want it. But the new rule is that you don't pick something up unless you really want it, which is kind of difficult in a thrift store because sometimes you just need to know what it is that you're looking at. So I guess they don't sell quite as much as they used to, or people just don't follow the rule. Either one of those two. So I'll be doing some of that later, and also got the new laptop going. I'm going to try recording some new videos on there. Hopefully my microphone will be recognized this time, because I tried recording a Portal video yesterday, and though the sounds of the game are already quite nice and atmospheric, I had also been talking the entire time, which of course now was not greatly recorded because the internal microphone of the laptop recorded it instead. And because I was whispering the entire time, I can't even say it, it didn't quite go through the way I wanted it to. You hear me kind of in the background whispering, but what you hear most of all is the fact that I'm using a regular mouse and it's being used on a wooden table. So mostly you just hear the banging of the table, or at least the mouse on the table, and the clicking sound. And then a little bit of whispering from me in the background, and I thought, nah, I can't release that. So initially I did try to make it sound a little bit better, my audio recording, but it just wasn't going to make it, so I decided to release it without me talking. So that's the thing that occurred, but of course next time it will recognize my microphone, so we'll just go back to our usual content, I guess you could say, and we'll see how that works. I'm going to replace Stardew Valley on weekends because I've pretty much done everything that I wanted to do in that game, so there's really no reason for me to continue to record it, because now it's just the usual daily maintenance stuff happening, and that's not very interesting. So I'm looking for a replacement. Don't know what it is going to be yet, but we'll see about that. It's probably going to be something similar. I hope that I have something similar already. If not, I'll just pick something that I think has atmospheric background sounds, because that's what the entire ASMR channel is about anyway. So that's it pretty much for this week. The dog decided to come over and join me for a second, so you can see her as well. I'm holding her kind of awkwardly, that's why she looks a bit uncomfortable. That's okay, I'm going to put her down in a moment anyway. So hope you'll enjoy your week. Make sure to stay safe and have a nice weekend and week to follow that up with. And bye-bye for now. Wanna wait? Bye.